Welcome back. On page 27, we have two examples that are fairly complicated exercises that use all the 8 notes that we now know on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. So I'd go ahead and pause this video if you need to review where all those notes are. And just as a quick reminder, the 1st string, E, F, and G, the 2nd string, B, C, and D, the 3rd string, G, and A. So the first of these two pieces is an old folk melody titled Orally. Elvis Presley made it famous with his famous song Love Me Tender from the 1950s. This is a very, very cool melody that gives us great exercise in playing through the notes on the top 3 strings. I'll go ahead and play it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. This piece gives us a lot of practice with leaps in the melody. We have to go from the 3rd string and leap to the 2nd string, leap to the 1st string in the right hand as well. So this really does help us to practice that we feel secure reading where all those notes are on the first 3 strings. I would practice it slowly. Be very sure that you're counting your 2s for your half notes and your 1, 2, 3, 4s for your whole notes. Go ahead and pause the video, practice orally. The second piece on page 27 is Don't You Weep After Me. It's another very famous folk melody. Again, this will really help us to solidify notes on the first 3 strings. I'll go ahead and play through it for us, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of all the pieces that we've played so far, this one actually has some very tricky rhythms with a half note on beat 2 of the first measure of the last line. There are whole notes that are within the piece rather than at the ends of phrases. So this really does give us a good practice in counting. Go ahead and pause the video, work on both pieces on page 27, and we'll move on to the 4th string.